All right, welcome back again, JJ Evison and Haley Hopkinson, now joined by the U17 Team Ontario players and coaches. First up, Amari Lincoln from Code Academy. Chase our dreams every day. What are you doing today at the start of training camp to continue chasing your dreams in terms of professional basketball and bettering yourself?
Hey, well, everybody's here for the same opportunity, the same reason. I'm just trying to motivate all my brothers here with me and all my coaches alongside with me too. Trying to get everybody involved, engaging multiple players, and everything I can do as possible.
As soon as you guys came in the gym, we heard your voice, we heard you pushing the pace and the energy. Is that something that you pride yourself on, being a leader, vocal, and like setting the tone?
Yeah, well, my game wasn't always profound about scoring or defending most of the time. I just started learning how to do that myself. But my whole life, ever since I played when I was younger, I always been the loudest on the court. So you already know, like that's just what I got to do to help the whole team.
And obviously, this is an amazing opportunity, but what does it mean to you to be able to represent Ontario nationally?
Honestly, it was really unexpected. I didn't even see this coming myself, but I just had to see the vision, see it through the whole time. But this means a lot to me and my family because nobody else has ever done this.
That's incredible. And what's something on the court you definitely want to be able to provide for your team?
Energy is the biggest thing because people lack a lot of energy with basketball in today's age. I don't see a lot of people giving high fives, cheering for the next man. You always got to be happy for the next man in the team, and that's a fact.
So this team, the U17 team, reigning champions from last year, what's the conversation like about the expectations for this tournament starting next week?
We're trying to be the best defensive team all around, to be honest, and we definitely can do that. I see all the players here: Malik Jeppi Kitson, Miles Sadler, Jordan Charles, and those are just a few of the names that you're hearing right now. But I promise we will be the best defensive team.
And what's something that you can do for yourself specifically to prepare yourself for a week long of games?
Just mentally focusing. The game's 90% mental, 10% like physical. So I would definitely say stretching's a big thing too, because it's not easy. These games are gonna be hard for sure.
All right, Amari, thanks for the time. Best of luck with training camp the rest of the week. We'll see you next week. We're calling all the games, so we'll be there at York University for you guys. We hope to catch up with you then. More interviews with the U17 Team Ontario players coming up shortly.
All right.
All right, again, JJ Evison, Haley Hopkinson back now with Jordan Charles representing Team Ontario now, but not too long ago you were representing Team Canada. What did
Yeah,
that feel like?
it felt pretty good. Representing my country is always good. Always putting on that red and white is always amazing to do. And yeah, and I'm here just to represent my province.
What can you say to the other guys who have aspirations of representing Canada at some point and what it takes to get there?
It takes a lot, man. You gotta put in a lot of hard work to get there. And as soon as you're there, it's gonna be like an amazing feeling. You see a lot of views. Like we went to Turkey, and it was actually amazing. There was a lot of places that I didn't see, and now I see.
And obviously, you played for Ontario last summer as well. What did you find the biggest difference in the competition between Ontario basketball and Canada basketball?
Oh, so the biggest difference is probably like I'll say the competition. The competition is crazy, and also the atmosphere. The gym that I was playing in Turkey was way bigger. Could hold over like 40,000 people in there.
Wow.
I know, and then the atmosphere in last year it was just like I say around maybe like 5,000 to 10,000 people in there. So the atmosphere is way different.
And what's something like a lesson that you can teach to these guys based off your experience last year with Ontario?
So one lesson is always listen to your coaches because like your coaches always has like always like they know more than you. You know what I mean? They've been here longer than you, and yeah, it's the best lesson I can give.
We were coming off a gold medal last year. Obviously, this team's looking for its second straight gold medal in the U17. What do you think might be the difference in that jump from U15 to U17, and how have you developed over the past year to prepare yourself for this bigger, a little bit older tournament?
Uh, this jump is gonna be kind of crazy because like I'm still getting used to all this stuff like this FIBA stuff and this country and province. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm ready. I'm excited to perform.
Good. Well, we're excited to see you
Yes.
perform. We're going to be there all next week calling the game. So enjoy the rest of training camp. Thanks for speaking to us. We'll talk to you again next week. All right. More interviews with the U17
Yes, yes.
provincial players coming up after this. Back now with Callum Smith, plays his collegiate ball at Ridley College. Coach Vic Razzo, Coach Joel Friesen. I talked to them on Saturday about the three of your Ridley guys on this team, Ontario U17. What is something that you've learned playing under those two guys who actually coach in the CEBL, a Canadian professional league, that you can take and apply here with your time during Team Ontario?
They taught me a lot of stuff about things in basketball that would be more applicable in higher levels. The impact of rebounding on the game and attitude on the game more than just scoring. They teach a lot about spacing as well. Things that are really applicable at like Division 1 level as well as pro level, since they have coached and recruited guys from both levels. Yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to spend time around the Niagara River Lions at all throughout the year and see how those professionals operate?
Yeah, for sure. They practice at Ridley a fair bit. So we would go in, we would train with those guys. Their guys, some of their guys would come in and train with us during our training sessions. So like we would talk to them. They would give us advice and stuff too.
Awesome. And with so much height on this team, how was it kind of finding your way to establish what your role is going to be on the team?
I came in kind of knowing what my role was going to be. I've spoken to Dwayne Ramage. It's more about just being a really big presence inside, rebounding, as well as being able to score with just more inside touch instead of using more finesse outside of the paint.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, you have a short window to get this team cohesive and the chemistry developed before we start the tournament next week. What challenges do you think that presents, that short window versus an entire season with a club team?
I think there's a bit of a challenge, especially since some of the other provinces, they've been together a really long time. But like we have a lot of talent on this team, just pure skill wise. So I think that it won't be too hard. And we know all these guys already. We've competed at Team Canada training camps and stuff, and together on different sorts of AAU teams.
Perfect. Well, thanks for taking the time. Enjoy the rest of the training week, and we'll see you next week. We're calling all the games, so we'll catch up with you then.
All right,
Best of luck. All right,
Sounds
thanks,
good.
Cal.
Thank you.
I had nothing going on in my brain at that one. Everyone is.
Anyway. Ian, mind if we get you? Just a quick chat, my friend. Ian McBride, right?
Yeah. Throw that out.
Okay, you are wearing number 9. Perfect. All right, just yeah, toes are just on the green tape there. Perfect. That's good. We got a little slack there. All right, joining us now, Ian McBride, part of the U17 Ontario team. How does that feel to have your name as a part of this, Ontario provincial moving into the national championships on the week?
It feels really good. Like a lot of hard work paid off. Yeah.
And you led the Bradford Bucks to OFSA, and obviously that's a lot of pressure there. What was your biggest takeaway from OFSA and just being on a big stage like that you can carry into nationals?
Just try to take control of my team and play my game and try to be a leader for them.
Awesome. And what is something that you can do specifically to help lead them just with your past basketball experience?
Try to help direct traffic on the court. Remind everybody where they're supposed to be on defense and on offense.
Obviously, the goal for this team is to win gold again. They're coming off of gold of last year. In any part of basketball that you play, you want to get better as an individual, as well as a teammate. Uh, what are you looking forward to learning from this group of guys to better yourself moving forward?
Um, a lot of post movement and like how to read the rebounds and try to grab those more. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I mean, yeah, rebounding is, we've talked to a couple guys already, and rebounding and defense seems to be the biggest keys that we're getting from the coaches, sending the message down the line.
Yeah, and also just during the beginning practice, we saw that about four of you guys, some of the taller ones, were separated with a different coach. Is there something specific you guys are working on just for you guys to really be as prepared as possible going into nationals?
Um, I'd say just trying to dunk everything from the short corner, and, like working on finishing a lot.
Awesome. Well, that'll be fantastic to see for
Yeah,
everyone
a couple
watching.
of dunks to call would be
Yep.
nice. We're going to be on the calls next week, so best of luck with the rest of training camp. We appreciate the time. Best of luck in the tournament, and we'll chat with you next week, all right?
All right, thank you.
More player interviews coming up shortly. All right, joining us now, Sammy Uriz, part of the U17 Team Ontario team, MVP of the Pink City Classic U16 tournament. Your team went 6-0, undefeated in that. What can you take from your experience kind of in those tournaments, those smaller tournaments, where you don't have a lot of run up into the tournament that you can bring into this Team Ontario to help get you guys set on the right path?
It's just like the energy because we go into the tournament with like 6 guys and short rotations and we just gotta play hard every second and I could say that I can bring energy and just a winning like spirit I guess and that's what I could bring.
And is there something specific for you as training camp starts that you specifically want to focus on?
Just mostly like getting my guys in the groove. I love to create for others and obviously I love to shoot the ball too. So obviously find my shot as well.
Is leadership something that you would definitely like to take on during nationals?
100%, 100%. It, it's something I would always want to work on too. Like it's just something that it brings a team together,
Yeah.
especially like as a team playing wise. It helps the team bond together better and stuff. And I just like to get to know the guys better in
Yeah.
every way possible.
Awesome.
Watching you throughout the year and watching some of your highlights, I noticed that you have a lot of options when you catch the ball down on the block with your back to the basket. Walk me through the thought process that happens and how, like, the speed of the game kind of affects that when you get the ball in that position and it's up to you to make those decisions and those reads.
It's just like I guess it's just in the moment. I guess I'm reading other defenders and how they're moving, and obviously I'm feeling the defender on my back and just seeing how he's playing me and how he's guarding me and stuff. So, and it's just a lot of time in the gym too. Obviously I work on my game a lot, so it's just I guess I'm ready for any situation and how you guard me or whatever, because I could pass the ball, and if you're just gonna guard me straight up, I'm gonna score on you.
Love the confidence.
Yep.
Anything else, Haley?
I think we're good.
Thank
Sammy,
you,
we
guys.
appreciate the time. We'll see you all next week. We're calling the games, all right?
Awesome. Thank
More
you.
interviews on the way.
See the guy?
All right, we are back with Malik Jeppi Kitson, the ACG Next One Up participant, MVP for the white team. You've played in a lot of different areas. What does it mean to represent Ontario and have that across your chest?
It means a lot because I put a lot of hard work to get where I'm at right now, and yeah, I'm just grateful for this opportunity for sure.
Awesome. Also being a part of that U17 World Cup, what was that experience like for you?
It was great for sure. It was definitely like the best experience ever, like just playing for your country, and like just playing against the best players all
Hmm.
over the world. So it was definitely a great experience.
And if
Also,
you have any advice from your experience there that you could pass on to the rest of your teammate going into nationals, what would it be?
I would say always play confident. It's all mental. Everything is mental when you're playing basketball. So it's like just make sure making the right reads, playing basketball how it should be played, and everything will go your way.
And some of your teammates there you're going to run into during nationals, was there any part of that thinking that you want to specifically maybe go for them or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Cause I have some teammates on Alberta that are talking up right now, and it's just like we need to go out there and just show them how we do it over here in Ontario.
What's the biggest message from the coaching staff early on in training camp that needs to be the center of attention, kind of the streamline throughout the rest of training camp to set you up for a good start at nationals next week?
As a team, or just for me personally?
Yeah, as a team.
Just like I said earlier, just playing confident, playing the right basketball, always making that extra pass and making the right reads, so that making everyone else looks good, make the team look good as a whole, and then we win, and yeah, we get looked at.
And then maybe specifically for you, you know your role on the club team and maybe some other teams, but when you get a bunch of guys who haven't, had a lot of time to play together and have defined roles, do you find it harder to navigate exactly where you should be, what you should be doing, or this is my game and I'm sticking to it kind of thing?
Usually I would say across the board is just around the same type of games, gameplay or style. But I would say like just trying to fit in and just um being aggressive and just doing what I do and making sure I get on the board and just help the team out for sure.
And you've been playing obviously a ton of basketball recently, getting noticed everywhere. You have a D1 offer on the table already. So, what does another experience like that do for your resume and everybody else is on the team?
It helps me a lot because just like right now, it's just I started getting better since last year, and it's just been my goal to make Team Canada, make Team Ontario, and get to where I'm at right now. So I feel like just building up my resume right now is good for me for sure.
All right, Malik, we appreciate the time. We'll see you next week. We're calling all the Ontario games. So best of luck. More interviews with the U17 of Provincial Ontario team coming up shortly. Caleb Roberts joining Haley and myself now. Caleb, you're a Tiger, right? Ridley College.
I am.
We were talking earlier to your teammate Callum Smith about Coach Vic Razzo, Coach Joe Friesen, and the stuff that they've instilled in you. And what's the one takeaway from playing at Ridley that you can bring to this team and help elevate the team as a whole?
I'll say really has a good community there. So just bringing everyone together, having a good like team-based type of energy over here. So just getting everyone together on the same page. I'll
And
say.
you'll be spending a lot of time together over the next week and into the Nationals. And how do you think
Yeah.
that time together will help create some cohesion amongst this
It'll
group?
be huge. We'll be doing a lot of activities together. Being around each other all the time, eating together. So just building more of like a chemistry with each other would be really cool.
And you're a very versatile player, can do a little bit of everything. But what do you think you should be doing for this team to bring out the best in yourself?
Probably just leading us. I don't really have to do that much scoring or passing the ball a lot because we have so much like great players. So I'll just say like leading us, getting us all on the same page will get us like going and beating the competition. I'll say.
If I'm not mistaken, you scored 18 points in the gold medal game last year at the Nationals. You
Yeah.
got 4 players coming up from the U15 team to the U17 team. What kind of chemistry do you think that shows to the other guys about winning and what it takes to win a gold medal?
Yeah, so I'll just say like that those players, bring a lot to the table. So us just being like like front runners and just like showing everyone how it should be done. So yeah, I'll say that.
And competition wise, it's obviously going to be extremely competitive. Are you approaching this nationals the same way you did last year, or has anything changed?
I approach everything with the same like urgency. I'm always coming to compete at the highest level. Like show everyone what I can do and like just show what my teammates and all of us can do. So yeah.
Now, this tournament might not be the best arena to develop a specific skill for your game, but you can develop leadership skills, be
Yeah.
the energy guy. What's something you're challenging yourself on next week to bring into the basketball arena?
Yeah, I would probably say like be more of like an energy guy. If I'm not on the court, clapping, standing up, and like cheering everyone on, not just like sitting on the bench and just being like all mopey because you're not playing, but like just being a lot energetic and get everyone hype and stuff.
Caleb, we appreciate the time. Thanks for stopping to talk to us. We'll be on the call all next week, so we'll see you around campus, and
All
we'll
right,
catch up with you then, all right?
all right, thank you.
More interviews on the way shortly. All right, we're back with Quinton Ethier. We just talked to your Ridley College teammate about what Coach Vic Razzo and what Coach Joel Friesen have instilled in him to bring to this type of event. What about you? What's your takeaway from playing at Ridley? Something that you can help this Ontario team out at the Nationals next week?
I mean, shooting for sure. Like I'm a shooter, which is like my main thing. But one thing, that a lot of guys count out, I probably say is defense. A lot of guys don't think about defense. Being in the right spots at the right times, jump to the ball at all times. Ball pressure, that kind of stuff. People overlook, but it's something that all five guys need to do at one time on the court. And I think that's one thing I'll bring like at all times, just straight defense and knowing where to be.
Yeah.
And you were on that U17 World Cup team. How was that experience for you?
It was really good. The coaches, Coach Chang, Coach Dan, all of them, they just made it really enjoyable. And it was great being surrounded with a great group of guys. And, we got to spend a lot of time with each other and got to know each other and build together and just like where we started at versus where we finished, we could really see the growth just throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And against Germany, you dropped 22 points. That was incredible.
Thank
But
you.
what can you do in preparation to have another big game like that, but this time on the national level?
I'd probably just say, preparation is a big part of it, and whether it's scouting the other team, preparing yourself for what you're about to go into, that's a big part of, performing, knowing the other team and knowing your capabilities and what you can do to help your team win.
And do you think there is a slight advantage with being on that World Cup team because you will be seeing some of those faces again during nationals, but on the other provinces teams?
I think a little bit. Yeah, I'm familiar with some of the other guys from other provinces and everything, and just the FIBA style of play as well. It's not the same as the AAU or school that everybody's used to. So I think I got a little bit of an edge
Yeah.
in that part.
We got the gold medal at the U15s last year. The U17s also got a gold medal. What can you say about the expectation of excellence in this province from its basketball players?
Yeah, no, you can definitely feel the Ontario excellence they would call it. The gold medal standard. You have to live up to that as Ontario. We're like you have to have the sense of entitlement that this belongs to us, so we have to go there and take it. And we're expected to be one of the best provinces out there, so we have to step onto the court and really prove to everyone who we are and that we can continue to be the best province.
And what would it mean to you to be able to get another gold medal this time in your home province of Ontario?
Hey, it would definitely mean a lot. I'm hoping we'll have big crowds, a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces. So it would mean a lot to know that we're winning with our province right behind us.
Perfect. Well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate the chat. We'll be on the calls all next week. So we look forward to catching up with you then at York University. Meanwhile, enjoy the rest of training camp, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, more interview players coming up after this. All right, joining us now, Coach Tyrone Bramble, Coach T, head coach for the Crestwood Prep team, coaching this U17 team. First question I have for you is you have a couple of U15 players from last year who got that gold medal on your team on the U17s this year. How much are you relying on them for their experience in a tournament like this to help out with the team and pushing the agenda that you need to get a good foot starting next week?
Yeah, we have a good amount of core group players from that talented team. I mean, we have a roster of 12 to 15 kids that are extremely talented. They're all on the same goal and mission of just trying to win. So it's been good. It's been good. Training camp is going really well. Everybody's giving their piece to what they feel is going to help bring a championship, and that's the focus right now. Just bring whatever piece you can, and let's get a championship.
And throughout the process of assembling this team, was there a specific quality or characteristic that all of these guys held that made you want to put them on this roster?
Yeah, everybody's just extremely unselfish. Everybody came into camp and even to tryouts earlier on in the sessions that we had, and they kind of just wanted to know what they can do to kind of be a part of a championship team, and that was the main thing for us. And then after that, it's just assembling talent and putting it in place to where maybe there's this kid's a shooter, this kid could do this kid could do that. It's kind of a puzzle piece after that, and it makes it easier when you have a group like this.
Well, there's no doubt this is a bunch of skilled basketball players. Maybe what's one challenge that you find with this short run-up window? You have a week of training camp here to get ready for next week's nationals. What might a challenge occur during this time that wouldn't in club basketball when you spend lots of time together?
Yeah, I think that's just it. Just the timing. Having guys around so you're able to get a lot of reps in and kind of clean up offense and kind of, write home your principles defensively and just to getting as much reps as possible. I think that's the only issue. But like I said, when we have a group that's really focused on just doing whatever it takes to win, it kind of helps expedite that as well.
And all these guys have been talking about Ontario excellence, and there's a reputation of this gold medal. Is that a tactic to use to try to motivate these guys to push themselves as hard as possible?
Yeah, I feel the standard is the standard for us, and that's with everything. That's in getting to breakfast on time. That's in getting to bed on time, and then those type of standards lead to making sure you close out defensively, make sure you're unselfish on the basketball court. So all of that leads to winning, and I think they know the standard is winning, and that's what we're trying to do.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll be on the calls all next week. Hope to catch up with you then and follow this journey that you got these guys on into the Nationals here in Ontario.
For sure. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
More
it.
interviews coming up. All right, back here with Ben Van Bulk, one of the big men on U17 Team Ontario. Talk me through the thought process of having to go through this week, 1 week together with this team, and then it's right into games on the national championships next week.
It's good. We just gotta build a lot of chemistry, and then next week we'll be ready. We just gotta practice as much as possible, and then we'll be good.
And for a majority of your basketball career, you played up a lot. How do you think that's helped with your development as a player?
I think it helped a lot because I started really late. So playing up with guys who play way faster, it's helped me a lot to get better as a player.
And how do you think it's helped develop you as a leader?
A lot because I've been surrounded by people who are leaders like that. Yeah.
You got a couple of guys on this team that won gold last year with the U15 team. Have you been able to pick their brains at all about what it takes to get a gold medal in a tournament like this?
They just said it's hard work. Hard work. Yeah.
And what's your priority throughout training camp?
Get better, build chemistry with the team, get to know the team, so we have chemistry on and off the court.
Well, it sounds like you'll be spending a lot of time with these guys,
Yeah.
in the living accommodations here, in the gymnasium. How much will all of that time together really benefit that chemistry that you're talking about heading into next week?
Uh, the chemistry, like, it'll be good because then we'll be like good on the court with each other and stuff. So yeah.
The locker room pretty light and like jokey still, or is
Yeah,
there a sense
yeah.
of like it's time to lock in
It's
and get
it's
going?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
It's always good to keep it light, especially right before a big tournament like this, the Nationals. Always something that people would love to watch. And we're hosting it in Ontario. How big
Yeah.
would it be to win in Ontario with Team Ontario across the channel?
It would be great. It'd be good celebrations too.
Absolutely. Ben, thanks so much. We appreciate the time. We'll see you next week. We're on the call all week, so we hope to catch up with you then.
All right.
More interviews with the Ontario U17 players coming up. All right, joined now by Phoenix Wise, bronze medalist when you played with St. Mike's, hit that game-winning three.
Yeah.
After that game, you did an interview, and you acknowledged you need to rely on your teammates more. From that point until now, how have you worked on relying on your teammates and sharing the basketball?
For sure. I've learned to trust my teammates, especially since this year was a new year, new teammates and all. So I had to create that camaraderie and that teamwork from the get-go so that we could start winning some games.
And you were at Nationals last year. What was the biggest takeaway for you throughout that experience?
Um, just how things move very fast, very quickly, and that you gotta be in the moment at the same time because not everything lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just don't take things for granted.
And is that something you've shared throughout the teammate, knowing that you are a veteran on this team?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely what yeah, because some of the guys here that were with me that same year, we're like, yeah, we're trying to win this again for sure. And we're trying to win that gold medal because we're trying to reminisce about last time.
Well, you did that in another province, Gatineau, Quebec, if I'm not mistaken. Now we're here in Ontario. What would it mean to win in Ontario, in front of Ontario basketball fans?
I mean, probably everything right now. Unfortunately, I got cut from Team Canada, but doing this will be a help starter to help push me forward. Another stepping stone.
A couple of the guys did end up playing for Team Canada.
Yeah.
Are you open to picking their brains about, what they learned at that level
100%.
and how you can get to there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you can't be ignorant and you can't be stubborn. That's one thing that I learned. Because you need people around you to help you around. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
You're not wrong.
But does it also motivate you a little bit to play a little extra better
Oh,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
level, just to kind of prove yourself?
Even though we're teammates and all that, but we always have a good rivalry between ourselves
Yeah.
and everything. So yeah, we keep it good competition, no bad, but yeah, for sure, good competition all year.
And how was it establishing your role on this team?
Um, just trying to find my mark on this team, asking the coaches for anything that I can do better or that I should keep on doing regarding if it's defense, rebounding, shooting, scoring. But yeah, otherwise, just trying to show my all-around game. Yeah.
For Phoenix, we appreciate the time. We're on the call all week next week, so we look forward to catching up with you then. Enjoy the rest of training camp, and we'll talk to you when we talk to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
More interviews with the U17 Team Ontario players coming up. It's Isaiah Lucuza joining Haley and me, JJ Everson. We were talking to a lot of the players about the expectations of playing for Team Ontario,
Yeah.
knowing that this U17 team has the last 2 gold medals, first place finishes. What kind of emphasis are the coaching staff and the players putting on that excellence here leading up to the Nationals next week?
No, just making sure we're playing good defense, making sure we're contesting every shot, and making sure we each lock our mans down on defense.
And what can you do as a leader knowing you've been in this situation before to help motivate and support the other players that haven't?
I think just make sure we all know the intensity that's going to be in the game. Each team's going to be coming at us because we're going to be the best team there.
And how can you prepare the other teammates for the competition?
I think making sure we just stay focused, stay on track every game, really.
When you look at what it's going to take to get to, you have the 2-a-day today.
Yeah.
You got a lot of time together with these guys. What are the coaches preaching as the #1 priority to get things locked in?
Our defensive mentality as a team together, really.
And what does that come down to in terms of your performance?
Just hustling on every play, taking no plays off.
And how important of an opportunity is this for you knowing you're still so young but still have all these great opportunities to develop your game?
I think it's a great opportunity. I thank God that I'm able to be here. Just give all glory to Him.
Perfect. Well, thanks for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you.
We're on the calls all next week. We hope to catch up with you then.
All
Best of luck in the remainder of training camp, and we'll see you at York University, all right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more players from the U17 Ontario provincial team.
Am I looking at the camera?
No. Rakeem Green joining JJ Epson and Haley Hopkinson now. First question I have for you is Scottsdale, Arizona?
Yeah.
What's going on in Scottsdale?
Just a basketball program.
Just-
CIA.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about CIA. What it's helped you to develop as a player.
So, as I've been on CIA for like the past year now, the high school season, and I've been out there for AAU. It's been good. It's really helped me develop as a player. We're in the gym every day, 2 times, 3 times, even early morning, late nights. So it's really helped me a lot.
And you were the 2023 BioSteel All-Canadian MVP.
Yeah.
How special was that for you? It's a massive achievement.
Oh yeah, it was pretty special to me because my dad and my family came to watch me, and I also scored the most points in the game. So
42 for those who don't know.
yeah, it was pretty special.
And is that how you think you can most contribute to this team on the scoring side?
Yes. I'm a great scorer, but I also think I can contribute defensively because I play a lot of defense. I take pride in it.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from your time playing for Tony McIntyre, your high school head coach, and what maybe the biggest takeaway that he gave you was in terms of the game of basketball?
Probably to space the floor.
Space the floor.
Yeah, like our team, we struggled a little bit during the season, but spacing the floor is one thing that I learned from while he was coaching.
And then as a scorer, that definitely helps shooters and ball movement, right?
And get you into your spots and get you where you need to score.
And what's your mentality going to big games or tournaments as nationals?
I really like to listen to music before games and just preparing for that, like stretching, doing it.
What's the music?
I like a lot of people. I like Lil Baby. I like Gunna, Laser Dim. He's a new one. But yeah, I really like just try lock my mind in, get ready for and the games.
When you're curating a pregame playlist, what's the last song on that playlist that gets you the most hype, ready for tip-off?
Finito by Chief Keef.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it. We're going to be calling the games all next week at York University, so we look forward to chatting with you again. Enjoy the rest of training camp and getting some chemistry developed with these guys. We're looking forward to some great basketball. We'll be right back with one more interview from the U17 Provincial Ontario team. Stay with us. All right, we're back with Alex Muncy, another player who spent some time in the States, who spent some time in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about what your experience down there has taught you about the game of basketball and how it's allowed you to elevate your game.
I've just practiced and played against a lot of top competition and been able to see, what guys are doing and how to just get better and just how they're working out there, how they're getting stronger.
And your school has a long history of Olympians coming out of it. How does that make you feel that you're on the right track for your development?
It feels good. Hopefully one day I can be in that position
Mhm.
and one day make it there. But I'm just going to keep working every day to hopefully make that a reality.
Have you been following the Olympics at all this year? The
Um,
basketball team, Canadian basketball?
Yeah, I watched the first game.
Yeah. Who stood out to you in that game?
Definitely Shea Gilgeous. Yeah.
He stands out in every game, honestly.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you model your game after, or is it kind of just whatever you're feeling at the time?
I try to take pieces out of a lot of different players' games, like Shea and
Mhm.
different guys like that, for sure.
And how do you feel about your role on this team?
I feel like I'm just there just to make winning plays, whether that's score, rebound, just do whatever they need me to do.
And is there a priority for you that you want to get out of the training camp leading up to nationals?
Um, Nothing particular. I'm just trying to keep refining my skills, just to make sure I can show what I can do.
You're one of a few players on this U17 team that won gold on U15 last year. What can you bring from that experience to the guys who don't have the experience in a nationals event like this and help them get prepared for what lies ahead?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just have a added level of exposure. Composure. Sorry. I've been there. I've been there before. I know what it takes to win. So hopefully I can bring that to the players here.
And how about what the tradition of excellence has been for Ontario basketball? U17 won gold last year, U15 back-to-back golds, and now the tournament is here in Ontario, and you have to play in front of Ontario basketball fans.
I feel like there's a long history of just winning, so definitely adds a little bit of pressure. But I feel like we have the players, and we're skilled enough to get it done.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you taking the time out. So we're going to be on the call all week next week at York University, so we hope to catch up with you then. Enjoy the rest of training camp, and we'll speak to you next week. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Instagram or the YouTube Live. Haley Hopkinson, JJ Evison will be with you all next week for all the games, Team Ontario. And don't forget, Wednesday, we'll be doing this exact same thing with the U15 girls and U17 girls. So definitely tune in to that. Thanks so much.